hit record. Gonna hit record. Otherwise, I'll get going, and that is devastating if you have ever been on a you're just starting to type that to me. Thanks, Erin. If you have ever started to you've just created some amazing content and then you're like, shit, I didn't hit record. That's like such a bummer. So it is a pleasure to meet all of you. So for those of you that again know me, and for those of you just joining, I'm Erin Burnett. I'm going to be your host. I am the business psychic. I love using my gift of psychic mediumship and blending it with all of my business acumen. I want to share with you a few different things here. So, number one is what can you expect with me? We'll probably be here together for about an hour. If you can stay for the hour, great. If you want to pop in and out over this hour, that's fine too. The link will be active for you. But here's kind of what you can expect. So, if you have questions about your business, if you want to go in the hot seat, I invite you to raise your little digital Zoom hand because I will be calling on participants to be able to tap into you and actually give participants an actual reading here. So, things that I love to tap into are anything that will have to do with your marketing in your business, branding in your business. Sales is probably my number one thing that I love to help women in business with. I love to tap into even things that could be holding you back from those things. So whether you want to call that mindset or maybe things that are in those limiting beliefs that are holding you back from selling and serving. I love helping women in business come up with the right offers, the right packages, maybe the right pricing, what's holding you back from, I like to say, over delivering and undercharging, those kinds of things. So here's what I do know. The universe is going to tell me exactly what's going on in your business. So even if you aren't sure exactly what to ask and you just want me to tap in, you're also free to raise your hand. And if you're just like, hit me with your best, hit me with your best psychic shot, I can do that too. I do love a good question. That's probably questions are probably my favorite thing ever, but I also do just love to tap in. If you're in the space and if your camera's on, I might just feel the energy around you and around your business and might just call on you. So do know that. Don't be intimidated by that. I only come from this from a place of good energy, from love, from light, from whatever is for your highest good and for the highest good of your business. So we're going to have fun. I promise you, everybody is going to walk away with some type of creative idea, with some renewed inspiration for your business, um, with some good energy. So that if you aren't already feeling, you will definitely feel throughout this call. Participants that have been a part of my group readings in the past will tell me, even if they aren't in the hot seat, they love listening to what other participants are receiving. They love hearing, the ideas that I come up with for other people. They just, they like to be a part of, they like to be a part of it. So hopefully you feel that way too. The other thing that I just invite you to do is, think about an intention you have for this call. If you're going to spend this time with me, I want you to make the most of it. There's a lot of things you could be doing with your time right now, whether that's working in your business or, spending it with other people or, on your own life. And it's summertime. We could be doing lots of different things, but you're spending this time with me. So I appreciate that. So set an intention of what you really want to receive in this. And I want to make sure that you receive that. So definitely feel free to share that with me, share that in the chat. I want to make sure you walk away from this call with that clarity. And then let's see, anything else? Fair warning, since we're talking about summer, my kiddos are on summer vacation. There's a high probability this cute little 10-year-old is going to pop in here at any minute, probably demanding a snack. But I will just direct him to the kitchen. But just so you know, there is a high probability that we could have a slight interruption, even though he knows I'm on a call. So, but I figured I would give I figured I would give the disclosure for all of you mamas in here. You get it. You get summer vacation. So, all right. Well, let's go ahead and let's get started. So, for those of you that know how to raise that kind of digital hand, I see some of them already up. Otherwise, again, go ahead and raise those digital hands. I would love to start tapping in to you and to some of, you might not feel comfortable yet. But as you hear me starting to tap into other people's business owners, to some other people's businesses, you're gonna be like, okay, I want to hear it too. And just know I don't go in any particular order. I just kind of go where I'm guided. I go where the energy calls me. It's there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's not a first come, first serve. There's nothing like that. I just really allow my intuition to lead this entire experience for everybody. So Melanie, I see your hand up. I'm gonna start with you. I was guided to you even before you even had your hand up. So let's dive in.
Hi, it's
Hi,
nice to
nice
meet
to
you.
meet you. So
Um,
share with us just a little bit about you and about your business, and then let's get into it, girl.
yeah, so I do not currently have a business yet. However, I've been kind of taking a lot of courses and kind of honing my spiritual skills and gifts because I feel guided towards um, helping others through a
Sure.
spiritual business. And I just wanted you to tap in to kind of if you could give me an idea of what direction I should be going in additional training to kind of get that off the ground.
So I think um, the first thing that I'm guided to is that nobody can certify you in your gift. Just remember that. And it's easy in the beginning to think that you need a lot of certifications, you need a lot of those courses, it's easy to feel like you need external validation, right? And yet I truly believe that, and then I believe this for you to be true, I'm really guided to this for you, that the best way for you to actually be in your gift is to go start serving in your gift. That is the way that you are going to uncover what your strongest gifts are, is to be brave and to be courageous and to put yourself in a situation where you have the ability to serve, right? So whether that is, I don't know the spectrum. I'm feeling more in that, into I would say, intuitive life coaching, more of that intuitive, like psychic coaching. Even I would say you're definitely more in the psychic spectrum than just like life coach spectrum, right? Would be my,
Okay, great.
I, yeah, I would definitely say more of a psychic coach than a life coach, to be very honest. And if I were you, stop messing around with all the courses and shit and just start being in your gift. And that is I'm covered in truth bumps for you with that. And that's probably because that message isn't just for you, it's probably for a lot of people listening in here, because when you do that, you're going to learn so much more from having that gift come to you and through you than you ever will from any course you could ever take, right? The very first time I can remember it. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's like a level of like psychic amnesia when you're doing a reading for somebody, but the very first time I ever did a reading over 10 years ago is when I learned more in that one reading than I have probably in the 10 years since, right? I learned how my gift worked, I learned how spirit worked, I learned what I was able to deliver, what the impact it had on people's lives. I learned that I was a medium. I learned that I was a psychic. I learned, like, there are things that only that me being brave and showing up to actually the table that I'm sitting at right now, across from somebody I had never met before, and being brave enough to try to use that gift. That's the only way I was ever going to learn how to use that gift, was in that interaction. And I believe the same is true for you and for most people that are gifted. So that's my first invitation to you, is go find some other individuals that are willing to allow you to do some experimenting in your gift, right? Like, I didn't charge right away. I just was so excited to try, like, can I do this? I was so curious. And those curiosities will always lead you to your calling. So that's what I would do if I were you. I would not hesitate to put something out on social media like, hey, pretty sure that I have the gift of being a psychic coach and I'm looking for 3 women that are willing to let me do some psychic coaching with them. If you're interested, send me a DM. Girl, your DMs will be flooded.
Amazing. Yeah, I had like it's this hesitancy to start and like charge people for something that I'm really
That's
just
because of your
practicing.
mom. That's because of your
Yes.
mom. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm specifically like working with a mentor on
Well,
doing
you
some
should be
like
working
deeper
with me.
healing.
I'm like, well, you should be working with me.
Yeah, and like I've been told I'm a medium, and I'm like, how do I even like?
Mhm.
I mean, I would like
Yeah.
to work with you. I would like to hone my mediumship skills
Yeah.
because I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't know how to read
But
people.
yeah, you do. And to some degree, everybody does, right? Like I call it like the
Yeah.
psychic spectrum.
Oh, totally.
Everybody has the ability, that's why like there's not one person in here that has never experienced, like I call them truth bumps, right? That that is part of being, actually, like in my opinion, that's part of being psychic, right? Like
Yeah.
that is your psychic senses coming alive when you can like physically start to feel things, right? Like that's a psychic sense. Everybody's on the spectrum. Some people are just like highly, like mine was like a light switch. Like there was no training, certifications, there was nothing. It was just, I mean, I literally went from 0 to full throttle in a day. I'm not even exaggerating, and I exaggerate 500% of the time. So that is that's just my story with it. So again, you might need some practice, but the best practice is face to face, heart to heart, soul to soul. That's the best practice. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't ever want to discount the incredible mentors that are out there, the people that are teaching courses, the books that are out there, right? I'm not just discounting those things. Those can actually help build your confidence to get to the place where you feel comfortable and confident to be face to face, heart to heart, soul to soul with somebody. So I don't want to discount what you have done or the other things that you invest in, right? I'm not doing that at all. Please don't take it that way. In in conjunction with that, what is going to take you to the level that you really need to is those interactions. It's when I see people that just keep doing the certificate. Let me clarify. It's just the certifications. It's just course after course after course. It's just book after book after book. It's never being brave enough to actually put yourself in the seat, face to face, heart to heart, soul to soul.
Totally. It can, like, and I see that how it can become kind of this like, oh, well, maybe if I have like this course or this certification will give me that confidence. And
Yes.
it's,
And that can actually start to harm you at some level.
yeah,
It really, in my opinion, it can become addicting. You know, courses and certifications become an addiction at some level. You want to keep, investing in them because you think the next thing is going to be the thing that unlocks your your confidence, or, you know, your ability to then, be brave enough to go do the thing. And it's not that. That's something that has to come from within. Most I
totally.
arrange it. Sometimes I arrange it for my clients because they can just get I've arranged it a lot of times where I actually set the reading up for them or set the coaching client up for them. I match make it for them. So then there's no hesitancy. There's they got to do it. Like it's set up. I schedule it. Like there's no backing out. There's no backing out. So nice to meet you, Melanie.
Well, thank you so
Congratulations.
much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Glad you made it here. Glad the Facebook ad algorithm brought you to me,
Yeah.
girls.
This is my second call. I just like listened in on the first one, and I was like, I think that
Oh,
obviously
cool.
it could be good to have you tap in. So thank you.
You're welcome. Let's see. Sandy, hi, nice to meet you. Come forward.
Hi.
Hi.
This is my second call. First time I
Oh,
just listened as well.
okay. That's good to know. That's that's good to know. I appreciate that.
I'm thinking about actually taking some jobs, and one of them was as a research nurse.
Oh, there's some background noise,
Yeah,
I think.
I was gonna say I missed you. Your
There we go.
picture.
Okay.
Yeah, one of them is as a research nurse, traveling to different facilities and teaching about geriatrics, and the other
Okay.
one is as an admissions nurse. I don't know if you're feeling anything about either one of those.
So nothing in like so they're both jobs, so nothing with like spiritual entrepreneurship, nothing with business.
Well, I do kind of have something going on the side, and that's a health coaching business that right now I'm in like a mentorship program for that. And it's basically a metabolic reset. So you
Oh,
eat
sure.
properly.
Sure. What made you enroll in that?
Because I did it myself and I was
Mm.
successful at it. So I thought I know there's a lot of people that could use that help.
Okay. So the reason I was guided to that was for one word, and the word that the universe showed me was passion. And when you have
Passion.
passion for something, that is when you are aligned. That is when it is right for you. That's when it's good for you. That's when you're going to be happiest. There's something about that word. Um, and I feel like that's what you need to, when you're looking at, you know, these jobs don't feel like they're going to really make you happy. I think they're going to give you a paycheck, which don't get me wrong, paychecks are nice, but I don't think that they're going to give you the passion that you're seeking. And that to me is what it feels like you're seeking right now. So, if you had to compare the two, I would say which one is going to lead you to the most passion? There's something about that word for you. Does that resonate?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. I just feel like you're at a point, I'm not sure what you've gone through in the last couple years. The universe is showing me 2 years here, but I'm not sure what it's been about the last 2 years. But this next period is really about you doing what just makes you happy and what brings you passion and joy and lights you up. Because I don't think that you've been doing enough of that.
Okay. Yeah, I teach nurses. So that's what I've been teaching nurses aides the last 2 years. Yeah.
And it's been 2 years,
I started there in 21.
so pretty close to 2 years. Yeah. Okay. And is it not something that you're really passionate about? You've just been kind of,
I do like it. It gets
you
a little
like it.
monotonous because it's the
Yeah.
same thing over and
I was
over.
gonna say, yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. Like you like it, right? I feel like the invitation from the universe is to find what you're passionate about. This, this, this is, this is key for you right now. I really feel that. Like you've got to stop just doing maybe what's easy or what's connected to the paycheck or what, as soon as you do what you're passionate about, you're going to make more money than you've ever made and you're going to be happier than you've ever been. You have got to, there's something about that word passion for you. Okay.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Tony, hi. Come forward.
Hello.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. This is my first time on this call, but
Rookie. We got
I
a rookie in the house.
I have a metaphysical store that I opened up in January.
Okay. Like a brick and mortar
And
store.
yes, yes.
Where at?
And I just in Cape Coral, Florida.
Okay.
And I just launched an online store as well about a month ago. Um we are sort of seasonal here in our area, so it's really slow right now. And
Yeah.
I'm trying to build my business so that I guess my question is, will the business do well enough so that I can not work my 9 to 5 office job that's killing me.
Yeah, it's
You
stuck
know,
in the
so
soul. Stuck in the
right.
soul right out of you. Okay, so first of all, I love the energy of the store. I feel like you have a really unique and rare opportunity in where you're at because there's nothing else really like you. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Okay, so you're right on with that. I'm going to say this to you with so much love, but marketing is not your gift. And that's what's hurting you right now is that there's not enough marketing happen. So I'm going to tell you the first thing that came to me that I feel like is going to help you more than anything. And I want you, it's going to take a lot of, and it's going to, here's what's going to be the hardest about it is because you probably are still working and what it's going to take to make this happen. But if you can make this happen and you can get it to take off, it's going to work. But the first word that I heard for you were events and having an event like almost every single like Friday or Saturday or Sunday, like at least like 2 out of the 7 days of the week that are fun, engaging. You're running Facebook ads for them. You're putting them on Facebook events. You're doing Eventbrites for them. I mean, you really have to be on top of your marketing, especially as a newer business. Just not enough people know you're there, right? And when I say events, I mean you're doing, maybe you're having like a psychic come in and do readings. You're partnering with somebody like right now. Okay, I like that. What I'm hearing for you is like, like the permanent jewelry, right? Like permanent jewelry. How can that be a complimentary service that comes in? She has her own book of business also, right? She has her own social media following. She comes in, she co-partners with you. You have like a permanent jewelry and it's a pop-up shop within your store. So something like that that's always happening there to keep your business front of mind.
So I guess I should have clarified. It's not a new business. I bought the business. So it's already been there
It's a new
for,
business though, because it's your business. It's a new business
right.
to you, right?
Yes. But I mean, we do have events and stuff like that. I just don't get a lot of uh people that come. So I do Facebook and I do Instagram and I do like 3 posts a day of various things like learn a
So,
crystal and our
so what I
events,
want,
other
right.
stuff
So
like that.
listen though, this is for you and for everybody. When you are posting to Instagram and when you are posting to Facebook, you are reaching, if you're lucky, maybe 2% of your audience. That's it. 2% of your existing followers. So I don't know how many followers you have, but you're only reaching 2% of them when you're just posting organically like that. So if you're not doing any paid, that's why you're not getting people to attend.
Well, I do boost the events.
How many people are you getting your boosted stuff in front of?
Usually anywhere from 500 to 1,000 people.
And of those, how many people are clicking?
I'd have to look. I don't
It's
remember off.
so right. So I mean, and that's a big jump, right? 500 to 1,000. So if we're talking 500, and again, like I know marketing, right? Like that's just like part of my gift, right? Like I love marketing and I love I call it marketing math. Marketing math is very different from just like regular math. Marketing math is in percentages and Facebook marketing math is even worse. So, and I just speak to you like this only because I want you to understand like how challenging it can be to actually get the people, right? So if you have a Facebook ad that you run that reaches 500 people, you're also still probably only getting maybe 5% of them to click on that. So
Okay.
you're still only talking about maybe 10 of them that click, and then of those people that click, you're probably only getting 1 to 2 people that are maybe even going to buy and come in. So that's where that's where and that's on a boosted ad, right? Like So that's why I say like having all of the different avenues working for you. The Eventbrite pages, like, and having an additional person, like I said, like I used the permanent jewelry as just an example, right? Where she has her own Facebook following, she has her own Instagram following. Now you're cross pollinating, right? Now she's bringing in some people, new people that didn't even know you were there before. That's a great way, to bring in a new audience where people are like, oh my gosh, I've lived here my whole life, I didn't even know the store was here, or something along those lines. Events, I feel like, are going to be a great way, and those co-partnerships are going to be a great way to get you out of that job. The other thing that I'm going to say, and my clients that are in the room are going to tell you exactly what I'm going to say: go live. Go live. Go live as often as you can, because especially on Instagram, because Instagram is going, when you go live, to bring in non-followers to you. It is going to be the quickest, fastest way to get a new audience to you. So, and that's if you're doing non-paid. So, but I really do think events for you.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi, Marissa, come forward.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
You.
Have we met before?
No, we have not. But maybe like in a past life, our energy has.
Never know, right?
Never know. Okay, so I don't really have an actual question. I'm just really kind of curious to see what spirit and energy has for me. A little bit about me. I am an intuitive business architect. So I am a psychic medium. I use my gifts in my business to help my clients scale to 7-figure leaders. I do that through psychic medium mentorship and then also design. So I'm a brand designer and website designer. I am building an empire called Allure. You can see the logo behind me. I do have a co-working space that I'm currently sitting in now. So when I say I'm building an empire, I'm literally building a one-stop shop for women to be able to scale and grow their business. So all the different things, and I do have a website platform that is very similar to Kajabi, but more robust and more affordable. So Allure is literally the umbrella of my business, and I am offering so many different modalities for women to be able to come to Allure and receive everything they need to be able to grow their life and their business. So I'm just really curious what Spirit has for me today to help me scale and grow as well.
What are you doing for speaking?
Speaking, I have not done anything yet. Facebook Lives, I come in every once in a while, but I haven't been speaking like, oh, as I say that, I get goosebumps. So yeah.
Yeah. So that was the first thing that came in, was just, and when I say speaking, not like, and again, my clients that are in here will laugh because I tell them all the time, I'm like, go live, go live, go live. That's not necessarily like the type of speaking that I'm talking about for you. I mean, actually being able to be on live physical stages, being able to work an actual room of a lot, like, I would say even more from aligned partnerships. I'm seeing, I want to even say, I almost see you as like an MC almost. Like, have you ever thought of anything like that, where you're like almost like emceeing, where it's like, I don't want to say like an e-women, right? It feels kind of like, I mean, we all know what like e-women is, right? Like, it doesn't feel as commercially or corporate-y like that, but almost where you are in a partnership, you're able to speak, you're able to lead, you're able to host. And maybe that's just something that is like part of what you are adding on next within your own company, is being able to have, live experiences, live networking aspects of it like that. But that feels to me like part of what would be next for you is in-person speaking, not online, but in-person speaking.
Okay, so at my co-working lounge, I actually started a monthly event. Right now it's free, just because I want to create engagement with my community since I only opened the co-working space 2 months ago. It's called Femme Social Soiree. So right now I'm collaborating with other women in my town for them to come in and be a host. So basically they're coming to my location. Last month, I had an amazing woman who is a spiritual guide for women, and we had a beautiful cacao ceremony with meditation. Next month, I have an esthetician coming in with different training. So I'm basically hosting it and then collaborating with other women. But
Yes.
what I've seen is that there will be an Allure in every city. So like the Allure headquarters where women can come in, go to the lounge, possibly even rent like an office space if they need, be able to come to the design agency. And then what I want to do is have like a year conference or like these quarterly events that people could come into. And then there's like the
That's
hotel
more what I'm seeing.
in.
That's more
Yeah.
what I'm seeing is more of that like larger event
Yes.
where it's more of like the bigger stage. I love the smaller like in-person, more intimate networking aspect that I mean those are so needed. But the in-person, the larger event, that is definitely what I was like envisioning was more of that bigger stage, the speaking. I would also say, you know, what stages can you get on before then?
Mm.
You know, what stages can, you know, that can you, you know, who are some other influencers, who are some other leaders that, you know, are maybe having events where they're looking for speakers also to come and speak. And can you go speak at their events that, you know, then calls in and captivate some of their audience? You know, it's a complimentary audience that can rendezvous between you and, you know, the event host so that you can kind of bring them in as well. To me, that those stages are going to be an integral piece to your success and to growing the brand that you're creating for sure.
Amazing. So when I'm speaking, are there any specific topics that are coming up that like I should be generally be focusing about because I do
I
offer
love the spirit of your brand.
the spirit of my brand, which is luxury and just embracing luxury within your life and your business.
I love that as like I already told everybody you were coming. I said, I warned everyone. I said, I bet we have a 10-year-old pop in. I just have a feeling. I just have a feeling is what I said. I love that as just like a what like I mean, I love that as a talk title, right? The spirit of your brand. That
Mhm.
to me, that feels like something that could be a masterclass, that could be a talk title, that could be oh, thank you. Did you want me to give that to her? Oh, he pulled a card for you. He came,
Oh,
I joke all the time. He came out of the womb pulling cards.
oh, I love that.
He pulled the Knight of Swords for you.
Ooh,
So I always think of um like like with this particular deck, I always think of like, you know, rushing towards like the motorcycle, like to get on it to like get where I want to go. So I kind of like that. Um he he sometimes just like will randomly just like it's so funny, just like come down and pull cards for like my clients. It's so funny. Anyway,
adorable.
the spirit of your brand. So I would like break that down into I mean you could practice that and you could host that as that could be a great lead magnet, that could be a talk title, that could I mean that could just go in a lot of different cool directions for you. That could I mean
I love it.
lead to branding clients, I mean all kinds of different things. So yeah.
Oh my God, I love
Yeah.
this. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Nice to meet you.
You too.
Let's see. Ashley, come forward. Oh, I got two Ashleys here. Well,
Yeah, we have three. Yeah, which
there's
one?
three. Well, you're unmuted, so we'll go with you first, girl.
All right. Thank
Hi.
you. Hi, nice to meet you. Thank you so much
Nice.
for doing this.
Yeah, nice to meet you. What can I tap into for you?
Okay, so what energies are you sensing from me for my business, please?
What kind of, tell me,
Okay.
you gotta give me a little bit more. What kind of business do you
Yeah.
have?
So I'm into a spiritual business. I do
Okay.
psychic reading, healings, hypnosis, past life reading, and all that. So what are you
So the
sensing?
first thing, yeah, I mean, the first thing that I'm sensing is number one, I just feel like a lot of fear around money and around charging and not charging enough is the first thing that comes in almost immediately.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yeah. I yeah, I'm in a like in between. Should I charge? They are already in pain. Should I charge them? Should I
Yeah,
give for free? How much
yeah,
should I
yeah,
charge? Yes, I
yeah,
always struggle with
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's, I mean, oftentimes, I get it. I get this, here is what I have learned though. And I
Mhm.
learned this the hard way. When we give our gift away for free, it is just not received and it is not appreciated the way that it is when somebody invests in it. I have gone above and beyond for people that have been in a place of need, desperation, whatever you want to call it, right? And I have done everything I possibly can from my heart and from my soul and served and given them guidance, and they have fucking dismissed it. Why? Because they didn't pay for it. They weren't invested in it.
Yeah.
People don't respect and care for what is just given to them for free. They just don't.
Yeah.
They just don't. It is just, but let me tell you, the people that invest in a reading, invest in their business, invest in their coaching, invest in my programs, invest in themselves, they get the best transformation. They get the best advice. And I'll tell you what comes to me and through me, my gift is at its fullest potential when I am also invested in. I am not drained. I'm not exhausted. I'm not burnt out. You deserve to be, and you deserve to be paid for bringing your gift to the world. And I'm not here to try to convince you of that. Your energy and how you feel should tell you all you need to know about that. The way that you feel is always telling you everything you need to know. Always. You also cannot ever bring somebody inspiration in a place of desperation. You can't. They have to be at a level to receive. And if they are at a level that is ready to receive, then they have made an investment in themselves. It doesn't always have to be a big financial investment, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't always have to be a huge commitment or whatever, but it does have to be an equal energetic investment
Yeah.
by you and by them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So where do you see me like going with this business? Is this the right thing, or should I go into something else? Is it going to bring the success what I dream of?
The thing that's missing is action. Right? I mean, like, to have a business in this, to have an online business, and I say this to you and I say this to everybody, and I say this to myself right now. To have an online business in this space takes a lot of inspired marketing and sales action. So let me ask you this question. Do your marketing and sales actions match your dream?
Yeah, I do have like my studio. I have studio. I have like office space. So per people come in also, then I do have virtual readings also. I have both.
No, but what I'm asking
But
you is
yeah,
do your marketing and sales actions match your dreams and your goals.
Not 100%, not just like you. What you are doing is amazing. Not, I'm going to hire you, I guess.
And I mean, I think that sometimes, like, I think that when people ask me that, like, am I going to get there? Yeah, you're going to get there when those two things align. Everybody has the ability to get there when those things match. When your actions match that desire, match that goal, match that dream, whatever you want to call it, you're unfuckwithable. It's undeniable. There's no way you're not going to hit it. It's impossible for you to not get there. But
Okay,
the
so-
action has to happen. And that's what I am sensing is not happening.
Yeah, this is
There's
not
something
happening.
keeping,
Yeah.
there's the fear, the doubt, the overthinking, the worrying is keeping you in this perpetual cycle. And that is what's keeping you from getting there.
Yeah. So
Now I
this-
have,
yeah, you're right. Yeah, whenever, like, I try to, because I'm an astrologist also, and you are a psychic medium, and I think you understand the things. Whenever I'm trying to hire someone, I end up hiring the wrong people. I just pay them and I don't get the results, and I'm like in the loop. Always this happens to me. I have
tell a
spent-
different story.
Huh?
Tell a different story.
Tell
You're
it-
writing your reality. Tell a different
Okay.
story. I hire the best people. I
Okay.
hire the absolute best people in my business. You know why? Because I say so. I've had the same assistant for 10 years. One assistant, same assistant for 10 years. I don't know anybody else in this industry that's had the same assistant for 10 years.
Yeah,
You know
that's why
why?
I started
Right?
having
So
this.
that's- But
this question-
so I'm going to pause you for just a second.
Mhm.
The thoughts that you are thinking and the emotions that you are feeling are creating the business and the life that you have. And that is what you have got to start shifting to create the right momentum. And that's going to determine the staff you have, the clients you have, the actions you take, all of it. That's what has to start shifting for you, Ashley. And the good news is you're in control of it. Nobody
Yeah.
else, just you.
Yeah.
That's the glorious part about it. You get to start changing it immediately after, like right now. You're in control.
I believe 100%. I believe in that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi, Denise. Come forward.
Hello.
I feel like we've met before. You seem
No,
familiar.
No.
Yes, we have. Stop
What?
it. Seriously, we never have?
We never have. No.
Oh my gosh, you seem so familiar. That's like second time today. That's all right. All right. Well, let's hear it. Let me hear a little bit about you and about your business.
All right. I co-own a medical supply company, and we sell to home care clients, hospitals. We sell to hospitals, assisted living facilities all across Western Canada. And I co-own the business with my brother, and my parents started it 30-some years ago, 36 years ago, maybe. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So established family-owned business.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. And I guess, well, I want to see what you are getting, and then there's some changes coming down with a particular product line that is a significant portion of our sales, and I don't know which way it's going to go.
Okay. So the first thing is I just don't know that if this hadn't been the family business, that this is the path that you would have taken.
Business, yes. Whether it was this thing itself, probably not, but definitely business.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like I'm just going to go more on the emotional side of this for a second. I'm going to go more on the intuitive side. I just feel like there's something missing in the day to day for you. Like this is just not, there's something just, it's just missing, it's missing the mark for you. Is
Mhm.
that fair to say? Like,
Yep.
I feel like and you're incredibly smart, like from, I would say more along the lines of like a CFO. Is that accurate?
I'm the president of the company, but yeah, I'm not so much the financial stuff, but yeah.
Have you guys been offered a buyout?
No.
I feel like that's coming
Mhm.
in September. Is there I want not your brother, because I know you said your brother's a partner, but is there another partner or something like that? Another
Uh,
word?
a cousin of mine owns 10%. He's a silent partner. So if there was a buyout, it would be us buying him out.
No, that's not it. It feels like another company that is maybe similar, that you already, I feel like you already know them. The month of September is coming. I think it's gonna come at you as kind of a surprise, and I think you're gonna be pleasantly surprised. So just be mindful of that. I feel like, so anyway, that's the first thing I feel for you. I just feel like it's time for a shakeup for you. I just feel like from a level of inspiration, from a level of I just feel like I want so much more for you on a, like I feel like you're just the level of leadership that's inside of you. I really do feel like there's something else waiting for you. Um is your I'm really kind of tapping into the energy of your dad a little bit. Um did he start the company or did your mom start the company?
My dad did.
Your dad did. Has he crossed over or is he still living?
He's still living.
Does he have any say still, or does he like,
He comes in once a week to help us with a meeting, but he doesn't make the decisions.
okay, all right. I just feel like he still has an, does he kind of have an influence over you still?
I think in the sense, because it's a family business, it's that sense of you're still wanting to
Yeah,
mom and dad to be happy, although
yeah,
they aren't part of the decisions. We make decisions ourselves. We still don't want to do anything that would impact their life's work
yeah.
negatively.
I can feel that heaviness over you. I can feel their legacy lagging on you, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's why I asked if maybe he had passed over or not. I couldn't quite tell where that was coming from. Okay. And then to this product line. I can see the concerns. I can feel the concerns. I don't think it's short in the short run of things. I feel like I see a dip and then I see back up. So I don't know if there feels like that's just kind of what I tap into. I feel like it might take like I almost see like a graph, right? Like the universe is showing me a graph. Just how, as a clairvoyant, just how my gift works for business. I'm seeing like a very quick dip and then almost like a skyrocket up. I feel like whatever company this is, whatever product this is, they're able to pivot quickly. I feel like you're gonna have a short decrease in revenue, but they're gonna make up for it. And I see product sales going back up from it.
Okay. Mhm.
Hopefully some of that helped. I'll be
Mhm.
curious to see an email from you in my inbox in September when that, like, this will not be the 100th time that I've predicted a buyout in a company.
Do you have an idea of what I would end up doing with myself?
Yeah, you're going to go somewhere as a CFO,
Okay.
somewhere in that C-suite capacity.
Okay.
CFO came to me, but
Mhm.
you didn't seem excited about,
Yeah.
CFO, but I think from a leadership perspective, the C-suite is going to be where you need to be.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Give yourself a little bit more, like, maybe, yeah, definitely. I
Okay.
think leadership, C-suite, absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi, Noreen. Welcome. You gotta, wait, we can't hear you yet. Gotta love tech. Still can't hear you. I'm gonna mute you. I'm gonna go to somebody else and you can do it. All right, let's see. Alexis,
can you hear me now?
hello. Oh, yes, Ken.
Oh,
Yep.
apparently there's a separate microphone from the earbuds. I apologize.
No
Well,
worries.
as you can tell, energy healing and psychic abilities is much more my thing rather than technology.
I feel ya.
So this is my first time here. Thank you so much for this wonderful invitation. I'm really enjoying this this Zoom call. And my question is, I'm in a time of transition. I've left the corporate world twice over. The last time I did, I swore that I would never go back again. And it's been a couple of years since I've started this venture of a holistic practice of helping people not only heal, but more and coach them, but more importantly, it's my passion to teach intuitive development and teach energy healing so that they too can be empowered with their own gifts. I have done it online in Zoom calls with people around the world. I've done it after 2020. I really wanted to get back in touch with people, so I've done it with community. I live in Long Island, New York, so there's a wonderful community here. And now I find myself in a time where I'm going to be needing to leave my home in a short period of time, which is where I also have my home office. And there's a very big chance I might be leaving and moving out of state and starting
Okay.
from beginning. And I've only lived in New York, so I don't know what is out there. My relationship partner is also my business partner. We have joint ventures together with
Okay.
relationship coaching. And I don't know how or where to feel like start again. I feel like I'm starting again from the beginning as I'm looking around my home and thinking, oh my God, there is so much to pack in a very short period of time. So I'm like, where can I put my energy first to prioritize and get me on the way of making a consistent income, not just random income, consistent
Yeah.
income, which has been the challenge for me.
So I think how many years of experience do you have?
I've been doing this probably over 15 years, and this is after financial planning for 20 plus years.
Okay. So I think that's the first thing that you have to remember is you're not starting from scratch. You have over 15 years of experience. And I hear a lot of women say this and forgetting like how much you're actually starting with. So you're not starting from scratch. You're starting with a lot of experience. You're just starting a new aspect almost of your business, right? But you're not starting a new business. You're going to be doing the same things you've already done. One of the things that I would tell you if you were my client, if one of my clients came to me and they were like, okay, I need to generate income right away. I need to create, I'm moving out, or like we're in the situation that you're in. The first thing that I would help them do is establish a baseline of private one-on-one high ticket clients that would equal the amount of monthly income that they need to reach their baseline income needed. So for example, if your baseline monthly income that is needed is $10,000, we would work together to sell high ticket private one-on-one coaching, readings, whatever, whatever product suite we decided on, to reach $10,000 a month. And we would not stop until that. What often happens, like the situation you're in and a lot of women get in, is they get very scrambly, right? Their energy goes all over the place and they try to sell a bunch of shit. They try to sell low ticket, high ticket courses. I'm going to create a membership. Really? Who are you going to sell it
Did that
to?
too.
Because, yeah, see, right? It doesn't take a psychic to like recognize patterns in this, right? And my guess would be a membership probably didn't go well. It probably, maybe a handful of people, but for the amount of content you have to create, for the amount of income
Yes.
coming in, it doesn't work, right? Flopped. That's because what you should actually be selling, and what most people are terrified to sell, what most women are scared to sell, is high ticket. And what high ticket is to you might be very different what high ticket is to me, right? What high ticket is to you is going to be different what high ticket is to, Regina or Anita, whatever, right? Whoever. So, but that is what we would start with. So that is my recommendation. That's definitely something I can help you with, is starting with establishing your baseline income with high ticket one-on-one clients. So then
Yeah,
you're not
just said it.
stressed out. You're not, because as soon as you start getting stressed out about money, everything else is going to start falling apart. As soon as you are anxious, fearful, worried, doubting, the universe hits pause and stop to all of your manifestations happening. And then nothing can happen for you. So we need that money flowing. We need you serving in your gift. We need clients coming in on repeat. We need that revenue happening on repeat. Otherwise, shit is just going to hit the fan.
Well, I know what I need now. The question is how.
Mm-hmm. And the how is different. I mean, honestly, like the how is kind of different for everybody. Like the how is, what are your strongest gifts? What are your strongest talents? What are your strongest passions? Who is your ideal? There's some questions there, right? Like, who do you want to serve? What do those packages and programs look like for you? What is your term of transformation? How long does it take you to get your client?
Alexa, stop.
How long does it take
stop.
you? How long does it take you to get your client to that point of transformation? I mean, those are all kinds of questions that I go through, with my clients to help them determine like what that package looks like. And then we put together I start with sales. I think that's the other thing that is very different from the way that I would say most coaches, mentors, other people will work with their clients. I start having my clients sell pretty much day one, where most people will be like, let's work on your website, let's work on your brand, let's work on your copy, and let's start selling today, because that's what, I mean, I've had so many clients come to me where they have worked with coaches and mentors for 6 months plus, and they haven't sold a goddamn thing. They haven't even started selling. I start with my clients selling day one. That's the end goal, right? Is to sell. So let's just start selling day one. Start selling day one.
Okay. And that was like my biggest question. Like, okay, I've had my community. I might be going elsewhere, and I'm thinking I might just need to go back online, maybe meet people in person, and my
Even
home
if
office
you're
may
not
be available.
But even if you haven't, okay, so offline, online, it doesn't make a difference, right? If you have your community there, go to them directly and say, sell to them, sell them a one-on-one offer, and just do your sessions with them online. Just say, I see my clients via Zoom.
Okay. And other things
It
I've
can
been
be
working
that
on
simple.
is teaching classes in other people's stores and locations and
No, don't do
public
that.
speaking.
No, don't do that. Just sell your services. just sell your services. Go to the people that you've already had connection with, relationships with, people that you've already worked with, and sell your services. That's what's most important for you right now. You said was increasing your income, establishing consistent income. Sell. You have post-traumatic sales disorder. You are averting, you are absolutely keeping yourself from selling. You're going in circles around it. That's a problem.
Yep.
That's going to keep you from making money.
Okay.
Go
Thank you.
sell. You're welcome. All right, I have time for a few more here. All right, Alexis, you're up, girl.
How are you?
I'm so good. How are you?
I'm doing good. So, I am so I don't have a business yet. It's all still upstairs. So I consider myself,
I love
um,
I'm great. Like sometimes those are my favorite. Like I
right.
was there too. I've had so many ideas for businesses. Girl, we're great. Let's tap in.
Oh yeah, definitely. So, just a little bit of background about me. I also consider myself a baby psychic, just because, I'm not one of those people where, it's like, oh, it's been happening since I was young. No, in the past few years, things have definitely increased in that realm. So I'm still very much still learning the metaphysical and still trying to master the 3D reality. But I am a dog groomer, so I actually
Oh, okay.
I work with animals. Um, and I've been told, and I do naturally feel that is, helping puppies and kittens and that modality. That is more
Okay.
so what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm
Okay.
just learning now really how to also work with people. And I actually find that
Okay.
I'm also good at that as well. I do aspire to have multiple business, but I'm just going to start with the one. To have my own grooming space, but I also wanted to see how I could incorporate, because I do want to learn multiple ways of healing, like specifically with energy and working on my
Okay.
intuition. It's like
I got you
that.
on this. So
Okay.
what you don't know, so this is what's really cool about this and how I can help you. So I have an older daughter. So my daughter is 29.
I'm 28.
And she during COVID, so right before COVID, she went to grooming school, got her grooming license, and started doing dog grooming. And she lived with me at the time. And then COVID hit. And she like the first week, and of course, like all the grooming, everything got shut down. And she lived in my basement at the time. And the first week of COVID, she was like, oh, this, she sat in the basement. And then the second week, she was like, would you care if I took like a couple dogs and did a couple nail trims in the basement? And I was like, I don't care. Like, not a big deal, like whatever. Let me tell you, by 2 weeks later, we had a line around the block of people lining up for like dog grooming, bathing, nail trims. Fast forward now it's 4 years later, and she has a very successful six-figure business. It just got like dog groomer of the year in our town. Like, so now believe me, it's from definitely her mama giving her some business advice over the last couple of years. So happy to help you tap into that. But the other thing is that one of her specialties is her ability to work with animals as an empath, being able to be calm, collected, and work with them when they have high anxiety. She works with a lot of animals that have had post-traumatic issues with other vets, with other groomers. So you being able to use your gifts as an empath and as a psychic with animals as a groomer, it's allowed her to charge a premium rate for that, because people don't have to now pay to have their pets put to sleep to go to a groomer. They can go to my daughter because the animals aren't as scared as they used to be, right? So like you can charge premium prices for your ability to use your gifts as that, right? So you can kind of start with that, use it in that space with animals to be able to read the energy of an animal is just it's no different than reading the energy of a human, right?
Right.
So you can absolutely use your gifts in that capacity. Being able to read the energy between the owner of the animal and the animal. Girl, you will know everything you need to know
Oh
about
yeah.
about that
Oh,
interaction
yeah.
and about that relationship, right?
Yeah, I've actually
Yeah.
found that that's actually something that one of the things that I found that I was like, wait a second, I kind of do this naturally. I kind of know the dynamic between the owner and the dog, whether the dog actually likes its owner, that type of thing. Neglect, love, all of that
Yes.
stuff.
Yes. Yes.
And one thing I've definitely, because, it doesn't matter what space I'm in, I've always kind of been thrown the puppies that are more difficult, that can be a little bit more aggressive, that are stressful. Sometimes with dogs that have like ailments like heart palpitations or like arthritis, I'll start getting the heart palpitations, or my hands will start to hurt and that type of thing. It's like, oh, have you tried giving your puppy any? It's like I would feel it, and I'd say to the owner, I'm like, oh, and because they'd be in so much pain, they'd lash out, and I'd be like, well, are
Oh,
you?
yeah.
I'm like, well, I'm not a vet, but have you tried giving your puppy any joint supplements, for example? They're like, you know what? I haven't tried it. And I'm like, try it the next time that you come in. And they'll come in and I gave them a little something to help them calm down.
So here's
And
the other thing that I would do if I were you. Are you on TikTok?
no. So I'm gonna be honest with you. Social media is probably my biggest weakness. I have a little bit of PTSD with social media.
Yeah, we got to
Now
clear
get
that.
back.
So I'm
Yeah.
about to host a webinar. It's called Follow Your Higher Calling to Make a Higher Income. And one of the things that I'm going to teach in it is my signature method that I teach women how to clear that, how to clear that, like post-traumatic, I call it marketing disorder, post-traumatic sales disorder. It's a very real thing in our industry. I have like a very unique method that I teach. I want you to come and attend it because you have to be able to clear that in order to take marketing action, in order to take sales action, right? It's also something I teach inside the Clarity Collective, my program. But you have to be able to use social media. And I used have to, right? Like, can you have a business without it? Sure. Is it going to be more difficult? Absolutely. Can you build a business without an email list? Sure. Is it going to be more difficult? Absolutely. Like, not like I use words like should and have to very lightly. But the more of these things that you can have to diversify your business and to grow your business and to bring in leads and to attract clients, the better. So, I mean, I would love to see you on TikTok, like with the animals you're grooming and like showing you in your gift. And like some of those things can just go viral for you so quickly. So, let's clear some of that, like those past, those past interactions and those past years. A lot of times too, I got to say, I don't want to say like I'm not like, I don't always tap into past life things, but like a lot of women really in the spiritual entrepreneurship space struggle being visible, struggle being seen because of their fear of things that have happened to us in past lives. You what burned at the stake, sister, right? Like, I mean,
Oh yeah.
like we just, me and my friends were joking. We were like we were literally dancing, like we went out dancing and like, maybe having some cocktails, and we were like singing and partying on the summer solstice. And I was like, if we would have done this like 150 years ago, we would have literally been burned.
Definitely the witch. Definitely the witch. Oh
Just
my.
because of, I mean, so my point to all of that is we need you to clear that. I need you and anybody else who has those fears around being in social media. There's a reason, there's a resistance there, and whatever it is, we got to clear through it. We got to heal through it. And the way that I do that, you intuitively identify it, you forgive it, you reclaim your energy, and you take intuitive and inspired action from that new place of reclamation. And when you do that, you are unfuckwithable and you are unstoppable. So
right. Yeah. So I think the fact that I actually acknowledge it now is actually helping me to get there. So I'm still in baby steps, but I would love to attend that webinar. What is it called? I'm just going to write it down. It was follow
your higher calling to make a higher income. You'll see stuff coming out. It's going to be in July.
Okay.
You'll see if you're on my email list, so you'll see stuff about it.
Alrighty. I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, you're so welcome. All right, let's see. Amy, come forward.
Hi, thank you.
Hello. Yeah, nice to meet you.
So many things you've already said have sort of resonated with me, but my day job is as an accountant. On the side, I have been doing psychic readings and animal communication for pretty consistently for, I guess, about a year now. Where I'm stuck is I've built a website, I've done all the research, I just won't launch. So I would
Failure to
love anything that Spirit wants to bring through to help me with that.
Okay, so the first thing that comes in is it feels like there are some, it feels, so the word isolated comes in, and it feels like there's some very particular isolated individuals that you are fearful about seeing you launch. Who is that?
Some family members I've disassociated from, and I was stalked once.
Yeah. So, that's, so the first thing is, I feel like really going, you know I just talked about this with Alexis, but we've got to get you into a space where there's a reclamation of your energy, of your personal power. That's keeping you from launching. That's, to when I tap in, it doesn't feel like it's a lot more than that. It feels like this ultimate fear of being seen by these individuals, by the words "what if." The universe keeps flashing what ifs at me. What if they see? What if it happens again? And these could be conscious thoughts, or these might even be subliminal thoughts. And I want you, and I want a lot of the women attending here to understand and to recognize how serious I am when I say that post-traumatic marketing disorder is a very real thing. And it is one of my, I believe, more and more lately, helping women get visible, helping women launch, helping women go live, helping women be in their gift, and clear through this post-traumatic marketing disorder, post-traumatic sales disorder. That's part of that is my gift, right? And so what part of what I teach is, being able to really identify, really being able to intuitively identify is always step one, because once you are aware, once you can really pinpoint, which I really feel like we just did, Amy, you are in the power position now. And once you're in that power position, you're able to forgive it, and you're able to clear it. You're able to start dissolving the power that it has over you. And that's where most people don't take the next step, right? They maybe identify it, or they might know it's there, but they just continue to ignore it, or they brush it to the side, or they just keep taking action from that place of fear, which keeps them in a perpetual cycle, which keeps them not launching.
Mm-hmm.
So my invitation to you is, what helps you heal? What helps you forgive? What helps you release? What helps you, some people call it cord cutting. I call it cord dissolving, but that needs to happen in order for you to be able to launch here. That's something I do with and for my clients, but that has to happen here before you can go to the next step of, really that reclamation of your energy. And once you reclaim your energy, once you take it back from those individuals, because I don't think you have, that's pretty clear here. They still have a lot of control over you. the fact that you have put your dream and your gift and your desire and your business on hold for someone else tells me they have a lot of power over you. And so then we gotta reclaim that. And then you'll be
Okay.
able to launch.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Final one here. Ashley Boyd bringing us home, girl. Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm so good. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So,
Love your shirt. Minnesota girl here. Love me some
thank
print.
you. So, I'm a first timer. I found you through a Facebook ad, and it's funny because I was like, I need some help. Like, I've been getting all this guidance, like, oh, this is what you're supposed to do, this is what you're supposed to do. And then I like take that time to myself, and it's like, oh, but you also need to do this. So, I guess two question edits that I have is like, what direction do I need to be going in with my business? Because I do some of everything, products, Reiki practitioner, intuitive reader, a little mix of everything, a lot of like intuitive based stuff overall.
Yeah.
So that question, and then just also, what is my strongest gift and how exactly can I utilize it in my business?
So the first thing that I heard for you is your gift of clairsentient.
Which one is that one again? Is
Your
it clear
gift of feeling.
healing?
So do you feel things for people? Like, do you consider yourself an empath? Like, are you highly sensitive when you're around other people? Like, I wouldn't say that that's that's not mine, right? Like I would say I'm clairvoyance, yes. So clairvoyance is like you throughout this, I've said like the universe will show me a lot of like images and flashes of things. Like I'll sometimes see things play out like a movie. Like I got the image of that graph. I see words. I see a lot of imagery, right? Claircognizance is my gift. Which is probably actually my strongest gift out of everything. I just know. I don't know how, but I just know things. I know. And in my knowing, there is like, it does not waver. I do not doubt it. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Like I just don't ever doubt it. Like when I know something, like you're not ever gonna you will never convince me otherwise, right? My gift of claircognizance is probably my strongest, and my gift of clairvoyance. Clairsentient is that gift of feeling. Now that sometimes will come through in mediumship for me. So if I'm doing a mediumship reading, spirit will have me like for example, if somebody has crossed over and they had a heart attack, like I might have it sounds painful, but like I might physically feel like some chest pain. It sounds like it would be painful for me, but in the moment it feels painful, but it doesn't actually. It's hard to explain, but I will physically feel that because I know that person, hey, did this person pass from a heart attack? Yes. How did you know? Because I will feel it. Or your body is going to physically feel what other people can feel or are feeling or are experiencing. You can be in a room with people and take on other people's emotions and feel what they're feeling. That is a gift. And if you don't know how to navigate that gift, it can also be very energetically depleting. It can be, if you don't know how to have proper energetic boundaries, if you don't know how to have, like what I've been talking about, reclamation of energy, taking that back from people, because sometimes people can take your energy unconsciously and not even realize that they're doing it. People talk about like energy vampires. Not everybody's an energy vampire. Sometimes people do it and they don't even realize they're doing it. So I want you to, and you can go on Pinterest, you can go on all kinds of different places, but clairsentience is your, in my opinion, your strongest, definitely your strongest gift. I would say out of all the Claire gifts, it can also be the biggest, I don't want to say burden, but as a highly sensitive person, you have to know how to navigate that gift. It can be your
Yeah,
greatest
that's
gift and your greatest burden all in one.
yeah, I would definitely say because I kind of like took like a spiritual break, or I got put on punishment, so to speak, so I could like really focus in on my healing. And since coming back out of that and really integrating things that I've learned, I will say it has been the biggest burden because it's like my energy is so open. So it's like, oh, you hear this for this person, it doesn't resonate. Cause like my guys sometimes have a habit of giving me messages through other people. Like if I'm doing a reading and if it's like, oh, that doesn't resonate with me, it's like I'm automatically taking that in. And now it's like my energy is like, oh, and every time I see it, it's for you. And it's like bringing about a sense of fear. And I have to keep reminding myself that's not for you. You have to let that go.
Yeah, I mean, I think too, there's um there's so much to learn, especially in the beginning. And like if you were here in attendance at the very beginning, I can't remember. I think her name was Melanie, my very first reading that I did. What I said to Melanie was, um, you know, the best way to learn is through interacting with others. And I really do believe that. I believe that the more readings you do, the more coaching you do, the more that you are in your gift, the more you are going to learn. And the more you're going to learn how to fill yourself back up and not be depleted, and how to not let others take so much from you. But the way to learn that is by interacting with others. I really do believe that. I really do. So that's what I sense. I think that you should be doing um, probably some type of intuitive coaching readings. I don't think that Reiki is for you, to be very honest.
Really?
I don't. I think it's going to take too much out of you.
And see, and that was the thing, like it was at a point where I was doing group Reikis, and then I
How did you
realized
feel
like
after?
um seems like a blur. To be honest, I don't really remember, but I did know I do like I have noticed over these last couple years, like it's also about me realizing the quality of a client that it is that I want, because I've like
Yeah.
learned I can't deal or mentally have, I don't have any capacity for extremely needy clients. Like I need
Yeah.
you to be able to have some area where it's like you need that guidance, but you're also willing to learn so you can hold your own through it. So I've went from group work to more so doing one-on-one, but it's also like how you were saying with everybody else, in order for me to do one-on-one and be mindful of my energy, I have to charge a lot more. Because
Yes, you
even too,
do.
like I had Reiki memberships and I was looking at the price one day and my spirit was like, you know, that's not enough for the amount of
Yes.
months that you're working with
Yes.
somebody. And it's
Yes.
like, if I upscale the price, it's that fear of, are people going to pay for this? But it's like too, I don't know if you were like into human design at all
Yes.
and different things like that.
What's your
Um
authority?
uh I think it's emotional.
Like, are you a projector, a manifesting generator? Manifesting generator?
Projector.
Oh, a
Project.
projector. Yeah, you
Yeah.
should not be. In my opinion, I don't think you should be doing. That's probably why I'm feeling you should be doing Reiki, especially group Reiki. You're going to be wiped out. You're going to be wiped out. Don't do it. For the Now, if you have a private client that is investing at a high ticket with you, absolutely.
Mhm.
To me, a Reiki, the Reiki is sacred to me, right? And I don't think that it's become such like a mainstream word that people are not now like I don't know, like the pricing is just all over the place. Like, I don't know. So in my opinion on this, if you're going to do Reiki, it should be as part of a luxury private one-on-one experience with you for your private clients. That's high ticket. That's what I would do. Okay.
Yeah. I know too, even with that, I realized, the way I do Reiki, just like with massage, it shifted overnight. I used to do it like through sound bowl or through candles, and I'm very much a work smarter, not harder type, or like a lazy practitioner, so to speak, but it still gets the job done. And one thing I realized is whenever people sign up, it's like naturally I'm already sending out that energy, and it's like my spirit is doing the heavy lifting. There isn't much that it is that I'm doing, and people would message me and be like, have you started? Like, did you send anything out? Have you did the reading? And I'm like, I haven't done anything. And they're like, oh, like I noticed this happening and that happening. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, that's coincidence. But then I had a life coach that I was bartering with, and we never did any Reiki. It was just me doing the readings. And it's like that whole, how they say your word is powerful enough, to the point where we would be doing like the virtual reading, and I'm like witnessing her clearing as I'm doing
Yeah.
the read.
Yeah. That's why sometimes I say like the transformation is in the transaction. Oftentimes like when clients will start working with me or, they join a program, like they'll have a big win right away, or like something will happen, like stuff will start like it doesn't always have to take like the actual service to start. Transformation can happen in a transaction. So, yeah. Awesome. Well, ladies, I thank you all so much for being here and staying. I know we went kind of quite over. And if you loved like this type of experience, I saw some of you were chatting about the Clarity Collective. I have a program called the Clarity Collective, where we have a group reading like this every single week, where we tap into marketing, sales, mindset, manifesting. It is absolutely amazing. Along with, thank you, Erin. I was going to say thanks, Erin, for dropping the link. And if you're looking for something that is a little bit more private, I also have my gifted mastermind that includes private coaching. We have mastermind calls, and then also you get a chapter in my upcoming anthology book, Gifted, which is coming out either late Q4 or early January 2025. So if that is something that appeals to you, some private coaching as well as a mastermind and retreat in Orlando, Florida, coming up in October. Erin's dropping the link for that too. Otherwise, a replay of this, if you want to go back, you want to listen again, you want to watch, email will be coming out with that shortly, as well as the links to connect. Otherwise, thank you so much for taking this time and for being here with me. I loved meeting and connecting with all of you and seeing some familiar faces and meeting new people, and looking forward to seeing each and every one of you again. So until then, go be in your gift. See you guys soon.